What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your yin yang truth seeker, Donnie. Not that Donnie, but this Donnie. And today on House of Donald, I want to get all deep and sentimental with y'all because I've been downloading a lot of information that I feel the need to share. You feel me? So, with that said, let's get into it. On today's vlog, or whatever you'll call this, I want to talk about what does it mean to be woke. What does it mean to feel chosen for something bigger than you? Like, this goes beyond conspiracy theories. This is the all-knowing. This is the understanding of knowing that you are the living word. You feel me? I mean, if you don't understand me, then, clearly, at this point, we should all know who has a soul and who doesn't. I mean, like, okay, let's cut the shit. It's a lot of peoples on this planet Earth that are here for you to learn a certain lesson in this matrix. And what is a matrix? Okay, what's the matrix? I'm gonna use the internet for an example. People be thinking the internet is real life sometimes. Like, a lot of times they forget that it's just social media. The land of la la is not real. And well, that's the matrix. It's a reality existing within a reality. You feel me? And well, that's like Earth. We are on borrowed time right now. And who are we when I say that? When I say we, I mean the indigo crystal children. Some people call them earth angels. But we're all star seeds. We were all made of stardust. Adam and Eve is the sun and the moon. And well, the whole Jesus theory is also another representation of that big ball of fire in the sky that's currently not here right now. And well, I believe that thing is closer than we think. I think they tell us, like, it's millions and all this, like, it's like so far away, basically, right? And it's not as far as they say it is. I mean, we had millions and millions of pictures proving that. It's like, what is the science that we are being taught in the Western culture? Because for real, America's view of science, to me, is starting to seem like a graveyard of dead ideas. And I think that was that on purpose. You feel me? Because it's like when you pick up a book, that's what y'all don't be doing. When you pick up a book and you understand what resonates with your soul, basically, like, you're finding out why you felt a certain way. You feel me? I mean, you gotta understand me, though. You feel me? Like, I always tell people to tap within, because don't expect me to know all the answers, because I don't. I wasn't meant to lead or follow. I'm just looking for equals, peoples like me in the matrix, indigo children that will soon be made at new for the golden age. And what's the golden age? Well, the indigo crystal children came from the crystal realm. And what's above the crystal realm? What's above the crystal realm is the golden realm. And what's above the golden realm? What's above the golden realm is the diamond realm. And above that is the absolute. And what's the absolute? I don't know. Shit, you become one of the source resources. I don't like. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's definitely an afterlife for some, but not for everybody. I mean, some people's were put onto this playing field for you to learn a certain lesson, like they're not real. They're bots, and bots and energy vampires, right? Um, and we have peoples like this. Rather it's your mom, your dad, your boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, your coworker, your boss. I mean, it's so many peoples that plays into a story. We live to learn and learn to live. Mistakes are really life lessons. Like, all my exes helped me build standards. I didn't have standards once upon a time when I was once dumb and young, and when I became old and wise, I started building the standards, and I'm now happily engaged to my children's mother. All three of them, all three of them, my boys. I got a daughter too from a failed relationship that only lasted like, I don't know, I think it was a year. I don't know. That's a story for another day though. Anyways, what does it mean to be woke? What does it mean to feel chosen for something bigger than you? Well, if you ask me, it's almost like playing the Jesus Christ role. Now, I'm not saying as far as like a Messiah, because that's like just, I don't know, it's obnoxious. Because keep in mind, Jesus Christ is another story almost explaining Lucifer, you know? Zeus, Cronus. Anyways, the point of the matter is, who was Satan? I mean, I guess I should say the question is, who is Lucifer, the morning star? Lucifer is almost the role and story a lot of us so-called woke peoples in the conscious community is playing into. We're giving man forbidden godly knowledge because we are becoming aware of the fact that we are gods having a short human experience in these meat suits. This shit gets deep, bro. I feel like I live in a day and time where I'm realizing everything that I was told was bad is actually good, and everything that I was told was good is actually bad. You know, and what do I mean by that? Well, I feel like we are in the belly of the beast, hell, purgatory, whatever you want to call it. But it's definitely not a heaven, right? I mean, you can create heaven on earth because you was here to create in a way, but not in the way that you can as far as like just thinking and then just boom, it just appears, right? It's more like understanding yourself to know the synchronicities and manifestations that you do, whether it's with your angelic numbers or understanding yourself as far as your horoscope sign, you know, your zodiac sign that plays into astrology and shit. And well, you know, the Bible, the Sun book, I should say, is a book about astrology and metaphysics, but a lot of people's haven't came to realize that yet because not everybody is going to make it, and not everybody is chosen. And what does it mean to be chosen? What does it mean to feel chosen for something bigger than you? It's becoming aware of this forbidden knowledge that you coded within your DNA. Because, believe it or not, you chose to be here. You chose your family, you chose your friends, you chose everything before you got into this meat suit. Like, okay, use me for example. I always feel like I ain't understand the whole Jesus thing. You know, like I feel like it wasn't resonating with my soul, and I didn't understand it, right? As a child, I went with the story only because I didn't want to go to hell. Like I got scared into submission. I feel like a lot of us did once upon a time, but once I stopped going to church, once I stopped going to church with my grandmother around like I don't know 15 years old, um, I started trying to figure out why my preacher couldn't answer certain questions for me as far as like who made God, you feel me, and you know things about reincarnation, right? um and so I start trying to find these answers, and so far I'm in this seclusion, um that it's another realm within this realm that uses this realm, the third or fourth dimension, whatever you want to call this, um, reality. What you think reality is, I don't know. But it's they use this for energy. Like it's like we're like harvest and shit, you know. And some of us are aware of that because we came from the crystal realm, but we came here to tap in into the golden realm. It's a end game for us. This is pre-trials to see like that you get to go, or are you gonna get trapped in here in this soul recycling matrix. And I feel like I've been here for like eons. And I understand what certain peoples mean when they call themselves a god. Not the God, but a God. The little G, not the big G. You feel me? Because everything within my life, whether I liked it or not, it was from my own doings. I always took full accountability of everything enough to learn a lesson. I was always wise enough to understand it was a lesson within it. So even when I lose, I really don't. I win. You feel me? Like, I mean, because a lot of people's victimize themselves, and they get themselves caught up within themselves. And well, I got over myself. I said myself. I got over myself a long time ago. I mean, I didn't come from a traditional home. I had a toxic mother and a absent father, and the only person that was there that helped me along the way of that was my stepfather. You know, I mean, he was there for a short time, but nonetheless, he was there, right? I said short time because that was my fault. I mean, he's still here now. Like it's just like when him and my mom broke up, I felt like me and his relationship was like no longer that. And from that point on, I just I took in mentors, people's that I learned things from, like whether it was like a librarian or a barber, and once I learned everything that person can teach me, I move on to someone who might be wiser, rather that's a different barber or a co-worker. I mean, I was always evolving. I always understand myself. I was woke before I knew woke was a thing. You know, like, and well, you know, within this year, I started experiencing a lot of crazy things within this reality that makes me aware of the fact that we are in a matrix within a matrix. You know, it levels to this shit, real shit. But first, you gotta know your third eye, because real eyes, real lies, real lies, the deception of where you're at. You don't know where you're at. You don't know what time it is. They just gave you directions and a script to go with, because they control the words and the definitions. But I'm the living word, bitch. Like, so I know all that. It's a thin line between good and evil. It's more neutral than the average human knows. And well, you know, it's almost time to be made anew. And you know, what is that? I don't know. That's the thing that people don't know. But I do know Nibiru is not a planet, okay? No aliens are about to come. Nibiru is a time in man's history. When these planets line up and shit, we're gonna all understand things that some might don't want to understand, which is, this is pre-trials. So if you lived in the now, then, you know, I guess you can either start now by doing better, or you can know better and continue not doing better. But this is a wake-up call for the peoples that call themselves woke, but they don't fucking even know the half of it. They still think a person named Jesus Christ is about to come down and deliver them from their sins. They don't know that Jesus Christ isn't real because, well, they're dealing with generational curses. Therefore, they're in my inbox asking me why I don't believe in this guy. And I'm like, man, it's not like I'm atheist. It's not that I don't, like, believe in him because a family member died or some shit. It's just, like, really just, it dead ass never made sense to me since I was, like, fucking can remember. Like, I had to fucking go out there and find these freaking answers, bro. So, you know, I understand what resonates with my soul. And, well, if you don't understand me, well, I made a song 2 years ago that's called The Enigma. It was like my first video on here. I made it 2 years ago. And, well, that's like the only video I posted since recently. Like, recently I started doing these videos, like, probably, it's almost like a year now. I started doing them, like, probably, like, I don't know. My first video probably was in March, April, some shit. I don't know. But I'm like, yo, I'm seeing all these other people's coming out the woodwork, preaching all this shit that I've been researching since forever. I'm like, yo, it's okay to do this now. Y'all ain't gotta be scared, because it's like, I ain't want to get, like, I don't know, I ain't want to get Tupac. Say that. But, I don't know, like, I feel like I live in a time of day where people's like me, we don't seem like the crazy guy anymore. If anything, we seem like we knew the whole time, and now y'all coming to us for answers. You know, that's how it's coming. That's why I have like so many freaking questions in my inbox on Facebook. I can barely fucking reply to some people. So sometimes I feel like an asshole, because it's like I be having some like deep sentimental conversations with some people, and it's like, you know, like it get lost in the inbox, because it's like people's like steady fucking inboxing me questions, and you know, a lot of them sometimes miss the point. Yeah, I guess that's why they ask questions. But it's like, damn, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you because it's like, shoot, as long as my inner circle believe in me, then I have nothing else to prove. You feel me? Like, this is my element. What the fuck? Like, I understand what peace is, but at the same time, I understand what this is enough to know that I feel like I'm playing a position of a messenger because I'm supposed to be that, you know? And if you don't believe me, then it wasn't meant for you to believe me. I'm not about to fucking debate you about it. I don't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I don't care for all that, you know? Like, I don't care for materials. I don't care for, like, a lot of things humans care for. I mean, you know, I have a house. You know, I have a 2 garage house with, I don't know how many bedrooms. I don't know if you want to call it 5 or 6, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna give y'all an MTV cruise on my next episode. But the point of the matter is, I have the things that humans think they need to have as far as materials to be happy. You know, and I'm financially stable enough to know all this shit because I guess sometimes when you get too caught up in society, you'll forget the point of why you're existing within it. You feel me? Like, why are you in the world but not of the world type shit? You feel me? Like, and I see a lot of people struggle with that only because, like, finances type shit. You know, now they get caught up in these freaking organizations like, you know, that B word, and they fail to realize that's not financing your life to fucking do all that extra shit. It's not even what you think. Like you ain't get the point in the media. You don't know that it's controlled by like 6 families by now. You don't know that. Like, you don't see, like, you don't. Okay, whatever. So, what does it mean to be woke? Because I'm just like rambling type shit. uh to be woke is to know you are more than man. Just because you are in this flesh doesn't mean this is it. This is it for some peoples. Definitely those with the guilty conscience. You know who you are. You know. You know who you are. You have dreams. Or I should say nightmares. And if you don't have those, then, you know, you're an energy vampire. But, you know, whatever. This is like, you was here for a certain person to learn a lesson. Rather you are aware of that or not. Rather you consider yourself a Republican or Democrat. Or a liberal. Whatever you want to call these crazy titles. Put in place for division. Divide and conquer. It's the old method. And it still works. Like, how the hell does that shit still work? I don't think it really works. I think we just be seeing a lot of bullshit. And for real, you gotta turn off that TV, deactivate your social media for a little while, and get one within nature. My bad. Anyways, get one within nature. You feel me? Meditate. You know, come outside without your shoes on, like me. I have my socks on. I'm about to take my socks off though, just because, you know, this is like when I really get comfortable. You know, yeah. So do that. You know, find peace. And what is peace? You understand yourself to know what makes you happy. Just don't get caught up into ego. Therefore, you miss the point. If you do, if you miss, like you gotta like learn to let go of ego to really understand your blessings enough to like know how to practice abundance and manifest things. Some people's manifest big and other people's manifest small because we don't get what we want, we get what we are. You feel me? Like, I know it might be confusing type shit, but best believe I'm still digesting all of this shit too. You feel me? Like, every day I learn something new. I don't know how many times I said, you feel me? But yo, if you're like drinking right now while watching this, take a shot every time I say feel me. And that was like one shot you were supposed to take. I said should take. Take. Yo, man, this video's gone. I'm done. Just because I gotta freaking work in the morning type shit. Life. But, I'm a morning person. And I'm actually a night owl too. I can really just control everything. I've just been controlling shit since like forever. So like morning's not like a drag. It's like, I don't know. I wanna like do something else now, like play the video game. So I'm getting off here. Peace.